Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are all fine and safe at your home. I am Jai Patel from Vasis Vidyalaya and I am going to teach you 9th standard physics. Let's students continue with our lesson number 9, force and laws of motion. Students, in this video I will be cover two topics. The first one is momentum and second one is Newton's second law of motion. So let's start with the first topic, momentum. Students, understand this momentum. So first understand it. The first concept with mass means we have to take the two objects whose mass is different but velocity is same. So let it understand with this particular example. Let's take cricket ball and tennis ball. We know that a cricket ball is much heavy than a tennis ball. Suppose we throw a cricket ball and tennis ball both with the same speed or velocity. So it is observed that more force is required to stop a cricket ball and less force is required to stop a tennis ball. So that's why student here we have taken the mass is different but velocity is same. We have taken two different objects having the different mass and we are throwing it with the same velocity. So we conclude that the force required to stop a moving object is directly proportional to its mass. Now we can understand it with this velocity concept. First we have discussed with the mass and second we are going to discuss with this velocity. So in this particular case we have to take velocity is different but the object mass should be same. Here also we are going to take two objects and whose mass is same but we are throwing it with the different velocity. So let it understand, if we throw the two cricket balls of the same mass at the different speed or velocities, it will be found that more force is required to stop that cricket ball which is moving with the higher velocity and less force is required to stop the cricket ball moving with the lower velocity or less velocity, because its mass should be same but velocity is different. So we conclude that the force required to stop a moving object is directly proportional to its velocity. This is equation number 2 and we have learned that equation number 1. So we can combine it here both and understand that thus the quantity of motion in the body depends on the mass and velocity of the body. This gives another term known as momentum. So students, this is known as the momentum. Now how we can define the momentum? So we can define as momentum of a body is the product of its mass and the velocity. So students, this is the definition of momentum. So what is the definition of momentum? Momentum of the body is the product of its mass and velocity. So how it is written? So where P is equal to m into v. P means momentum is equal to m. M means mass of the body and multiply by v. V means here velocity or speed of the body. So momentum is defined as the product of its mass and velocity and it is written as P is equal to m into v. Students, if the body is at rest, its velocity is 0 and hence its momentum is also 0, because it is not moving, its velocity is 0 and its momentum is also 0. Momentum is vector quantity. Students, momentum is vector quantity here. The SI unit of momentum is kilogram into meter per second and written as kg into meter per second or kg into meter into second inverse. Now students, how it is kg into meter per second it's come? So you can understand it here. P is equal to mv. P means momentum, so we have to derive the SI unit of momentum. So we keep both the SI unit of this one. So mass can be measured in kg and velocity should be measured in meter per second. So momentum SI unit is kg into meter per second. So this way we can write. Now understand it here. It is the quantity of motion contained in a body and it's equal to the product of mass and velocity. Let's understand it with another example. A truck moving at the very low speed can kill a person standing in its path because of the heavy mass of the truck. It means that, students, if truck is moving with the 5 meter per second, its speed is very less, and if person is standing on the road, the person can be killed by that particular truck or vehicle. And we can understand this second example. A bullet of small mass when fired from a gun can kill a person because of the large velocity of the bullet. Now students, here the velocity is very large but mass of the bullet is very small, but still it can be killed that particular person if the bullet is fired, because the bullet is fired from the gun with the very high speed. So the impact of the body depends upon its mass and velocity. So that quantity is called the momentum. Now students, understand this one. Momentum. For example, when acceleration is applied on moving vehicle, the momentum of the vehicle is increasing, and the increasing in the direction of motion, because the force is being applied in the direction of motion. So suppose a car is traveling with 25 km per hour and we apply more force on the accelerator, the car speed should be increasing. On the other hand, when brake is applied on the moving vehicle, the momentum of the vehicle is decreases, and the decreases in the opposite direction of motion, because the force is being applied in the opposite direction of motion. It means that when we apply the brake, friction force is applied, and after a certain time the particular vehicle is going to stop. So this is both on the depends on the force. If we apply the force, speed is increasing, and if we apply the force, just understand this one, Newton's second law of motion. So what is Newton's second law of motion? So this is Isaac Newton. He was born at England 25th December 1643, and he has given the 3 laws of motion. So understand this second law of motion. The second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of the force. So students, this is the Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law of motion, so it is also defined as, means we can understand with this way. Newton's second law of motion states that the force is directly proportional to the product of mass and acceleration. This is the mathematical formula of Newton's second law of motion, that is written as F is directly proportional to ma, where F is equal to, if we remove the proportional symbol, F is equal to, we can keep here one constant K ma, where K is proportionality constant. If we keep K is equal to 1, then F is equal to ma. And students, if we want to find the value of acceleration, so A is equal to F upon m. So it means that acceleration produced in body is directly proportional to the force applied and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. So students, this way we can understand the Newton's second law of motion. Now let's understand some examples of Newton's second law of motion. So let's first discuss Newton's second law of motion in everyday life. The first example is a fielder pulls his hand backward while catching a cricket ball coming with the great speed. So why it is doing so? Because to reduce the momentum of the ball with the little delay. According to the Newton's second law of motion, rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied in that direction. So while catching a cricket ball, the momentum of ball is reduced to zero when it is stopped after coming in the hands of fielder. If the ball is stopped suddenly, its momentum will be reduced to zero instantly. The rate of change of momentum is very quick, and as a result, the player's hand may get injured. If we not take, or cricketer will not take his hand backward side. Therefore, by the pulling the hand backward, a fielder gives more time to the change of momentum to become zero. This prevents the hands to fielder from getting hurt. Students, so when the cricketer catch the ball, he take his hand backward, so increasing the time and reducing the momentum, so he will be get hurt, or he will less injured. His hands will be less injured when he is keep his hand backward side, and if he is not doing so, his hands will be hurt. Now understand the second example. For athletes of long and high jump, sand bed or cushion bed is provided to allow a delay change of momentum to zero because of the jumping of the athlete. So understand it, when an athlete falls on the ground after performing a high or long jump, the momentum because of the velocity and mass of the athlete is reduced to zero. If the momentum of athlete will be reduced to zero instantly, the force because of momentum may hurt the player. By providing a cushion bed, the reduction of the momentum of the athlete to zero is delayed. This prevents the athlete from getting hurt. So students, here also it get more time and the momentum will be less and he will be getting less injured. So that's why after long jump or high jump, a sand or maybe the cushion will be provided. Let's understand the example of Newton's second law of motion. Third example, seat belts in the car. So seat belts in the vehicle prevent the passenger from getting down in the direction of motion. In case of emergency such as accidents or sudden braking, passenger may be thrown into direction of motion of vehicles and may get fatal injuries. The stretchable seat belts increase the time of rate of momentum to be reduced to zero, and the delay reduction of momentum to zero prevents passenger from this particular injury. It means seat belt should be provided in the car, so it can be prevented us from the accident. So students, we have learned this Newton's second law of motion and these three example. So first example is when cricketer catch the ball, he take his hand backwards. When athlete at the time long jump or short jump, so at that time he keep some sand over there, or maybe the cushion should be provided. And third should be in car, seat belt should be provided because to prevent from the accident. So these are the examples of Newton's second law of motion. Now students, I am giving you some homework question, so you should write this question and answer in your notebook. The first question is that write Newton's second law of motion. Second, write any two examples of Newton's second law of motion. Students, no need to explain, only write the examples. Third, define momentum. And fourth, write the SI unit of momentum. So in this video we have learned about the momentum and we have learned about the Newton's second law of motion and its example. So students, thank you very much for this one.